Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. If you want to follow along, we'll be back in Proverbs today and tomorrow, almost to the end of this book of wisdom. And we will be in the final chapter, starting in verse 25, as we continue to look at the description of the virtuous woman. Look in verse 25 there as it describes her. It says, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. The greatest thing about the woman of virtue is not only that this passage has described her as outwardly attractive, it has described her as well dressed, it has described her as a good housekeeper, good uh, taking care of the clothes, the children. But the real beauty is what we find here, where it describes her testimony, her inner beauty. She has, first of all, she has strength and confidence. She is confident in the future. She has no fear of what tomorrow holds. As the song says, she knows who holds tomorrow. She doesn't fear old age. She doesn't fear anything in the future because she knows in who she has put her trust and her confidence. And so she can face the future boldly because of that. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. The words that come out of her mouth reflect that. As the old saying goes, what's in the well comes up in the bucket. Because she has that inner confidence, that inner peace, her words are kind. She gives good wisdom to others. She uses words, her speech builds up. Her instead of tearing down, her speech lifts people up. She doesn't gossip, she doesn't slander, she doesn't lie, and so her words are a testament to her inner beauty. She looketh well to the ways of her husband, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Again, she is, as I've used this illustration several times, it's not my own. I'm sure you've probably heard it too. That there's only one slice of pie left. Suddenly, Mama's not hungry. The virtuous woman is continually on the watch, continually alert to what it is that her family may need. She takes care of their needs. She doesn't ignore those things. It's her priority above even her own to take care of the family that God gives her. Because of that, her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. Her children praise her. Her husband praises her. They recognize the sacrifices. They recognize the woman that she is, her love for the Lord, her love for them, and they make sure to publicly and regularly honor their mother, their wife, and they recognize that and give her that credit. Same thing again. Her husband is her biggest supporter. He makes her feel valuable, makes her lets her know that she is the most important. He praises her and lifts her up. And this is a grand, marvelous way for us to end, to wrap up this description of a godly woman. That it's what others see in her that is what really makes her stand out. And that's true of all of us. It's not what, you know, anybody can, I always think about when, people invite you, say, to their restaurant and tell you how good their restaurant is. Well, they're supposed to. It's their restaurant. But when others tell you how good that restaurant is, and hear others recognize her testimony, and I know this passage is particularly about a mother and a wife, but the same is true for all of us. That our testimony would precede us, that others would recognize and see in us and a love for God. And have a testimony for Him that others can see. That's what really adorns a virtuous woman, a good man, a good young person, is that testimony of a love for Jesus Christ. Have a good day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.